What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing a beer from the 450 North Brewing Company, and they're out of Columbus, Indiana. And this is their Silver Nuggets, and this is a part of their Rare Nugget series. So they are calling this a triple dry hopped triple IPA that is brewed with Vic Secret, Motueka and Mosaic hops. Comes in at a whopping 11% alcohol by volume, 65 IBUs. At the time of review, this can is approximately 2 months old. And I want to give a huge thanks and shout out to a good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Jeff, aka NoJinx, for hooking me up with this one. I will post a link in the description box to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies Jeff sent my way. He sent me mostly hop forward beers, and he actually asked me, he was like, "Have you ever had Silver Nuggets?" I was like, "No." He's like, "All right, I'll send you a can." I'm into it. So right around 2 months old, triple IPA, think we should be okay. I really like drinking my triple IPAs like 4 to 6 weeks old, sometimes 2 months old. So I'm pretty excited that this is a little bit of age on it. Never had Silver Nuggets. I've had a bunch of 450 North beers courtesy of my buddy Todd. And to be honest with you, I much prefer the slushy series and some of the pastry styles I've had from them. But I've had a couple of their nugget beers like OJ Nuggets, for instance. And what was the other one? OJ Nuggets and just OJ Nuggets up there. But there was another one I really liked too from them. I can't remember. So yeah, triple IPA, Vic Secret, Motueka and Mosaic. Sign me up. Sign me up. Let's crack it open. One thing about 450 North, they always have overfills on their cans, but not this one. Hooray. Give it a pour here. Not going to go crazy because it is a triple IPA, so we'll just go like that. That should be fine. Throw this over here like this. And yeah, so for a triple IPA, this is very, very light. Wow, that's like a light, murky, like yellow, like almost like a hazy lemonade or something. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to look on screen, but you know, in person, Jesus, that looks crazy. Had about a half finger of this off-white head that has now dissipated to a thin film. But yeah, that looks really murky, turbid. Yeah, very yellow looking, like some murky, dirty yellow. Let's get a nose. Yeah, it smells really nice. So the Vic Secret and Motueka are working here. It's very rare I get, you know, like gooseberry, white wine, white grapes type of characters. I'm getting that here, but a lot of passion fruit and like pineapple as well. Slight nondescript berry from the Mosaic too, underlying. Pretty big overall like herbaceousness. Not necessarily dank, it just has like an herbal component to it that's really nice. Definitely malt character, and I'm getting like a biscuity, like bready kind of malt character. It doesn't smell sickly sweet though. Like so many triple IPAs to me just smell sweet and then they taste sweet. This one doesn't have a ton of sweetness. I mean, it has like the sweeter fruit characters. Like I'm getting like a ripe or overripened pineapple, like a fleshy mango, peach, apricot, like, you know, like a very fresh, sweeter stone / tropical fruit. But it's not overbearing. It's not cloying in the nose. I don't think this is going to be a super sweet triple IPA. It's going to be sweet. It's 11%. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's going to be overbearing whatsoever to my palate. But I've been wrong before. Yeah, it just smells really good. I can't wait to get into this one. So cheers, everybody, and thanks again, Jeff. That is fucking delicious. Wow. Wow, that is great. That is fucking great. Wow. This is up there with some of the best triple IPAs I've had just after the first 2 sips. First thing I will say, this is 2 months old. If I had this like 3 or 4 weeks old, certainly if I had this 1 or 2 weeks old, a lot of hop burn. I can tell there's a lot of hop burn on this one because I'm still getting residual hop burn characteristics or green astringency or whatever you want to call it. Fresh, hop greenness to it. It's on the back of the palate and it's subtle, but I can tell you if I was drinking this like 3 or 4 weeks old, it would probably be a little bit too much for me. Wow, this is delicious. So this is like fruit juice in a glass at 11%. First things first, I cannot taste 11% in this beer. This drink's like a 7 to 8% max. I know it's a bigger beer from the intensity of the overall flavor, a little warming in the stomach. No way this is 11%. There is a ton of stuff going on here. Passion fruit, peach, like I said, fleshy stone fruits, peach and mango, overripened pineapple. And then there's some of that gooseberry, white wine, white grape thing going on, but that's accentuating the rest of the fruit character as it passes through the palate. There's a bit of an herbaceous dankness in the taste as opposed to an herbaceousness just it was on the nose. There's a little bit of dankness halfway through the palate. This one finishes actually low to moderately bitter. So it's appropriate for the style, which has like a low to moderate bitterness, more to the lower side. but it has a nice semi-dry finish, this one, and it doesn't finish crazy, crazy sweet, which is great. It enhances the drinkability of an 11% triple IPA, which I don't know if you want the drinkability of 11% IPA to be through the roof, but yeah, it's kind of is. Yeah, I mean, it finishes, there is some residual sweetness, no doubt, but it has enough dryness and a little bit of that low to moderate bitterness to kind of break up the monotony of the sweetness that you get through on the first half to 2/3 of the palate. The body on this one, it's a bit thin. It's definitely thin. And I say this, I'd say about 80% of the IPAs that I review that are triple IPAs, I will say it's a bit thin. Very rarely do I meet a triple IPA that's 10, 11% that drinks like it's 10, 11% body-wise. Usually they're like medium body, and this is basically medium body. At 11%, it is not a bit thin. It's quite thin, but I don't mind that, and I always say that. I don't mind it. If I'm drinking 11% IPA, I want it to be the body to be not watery, but I don't want a big, thick, viscous imperial stout-like body to it. That's not what I want personally. Maybe you do. And then again, that's where we all differ with our palates and our taste and everything. But for me, I want it to be like medium body. I'm fine with it. So for me, it's fantastic. The mouthfeel, it is soft, it's smooth, it's creamy. I don't think the mouthfeel is as good as some of the upper echelon New England style IPA producers, but it's nice. This is really tasty. A couple things are going to stop it from getting a crazy high score for me. Number one, that hop burn. As I take more and more sips of it, it's starting to build up a little bit. It's still more subtle and light than it is like very, just in your face and pungent. But it's definitely there. It's on the back of the throat. I can feel it. And the mouthfeel isn't spectacular as well. But it's still a fucking great beer. This is a great triple IPA for me. Probably up there with the best IPA I've had from 450 North, period. So Silver Nuggets, a part of the Rare Nuggets series from 450 North. I'm going to give this a high 4.5 out of 5. I'm going to go 4.6 out of 5. I think it deserves it. To get in the 4.75 range, I think I would need a little bit better mouthfeel or that hop astringency, green astringency to kind of die out a little bit. But still, 4.6 out of 5 is nothing to sneeze at. This is a fantastic beer. Thank you so much for sending this one to me, Jeff. Like I said, when you said you were going to send it, I was like, triple IPA from 450 North. They're hit or miss for me when it comes to their IPAs, but this one is a definite hit, and I really like it. And at 2 months old, this is still drinking fantastic. I'd be curious to see how this is at 3 or 4 months old. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I've had other half beers, big beers, double IPAs, triple IPAs at 4, 5, 6 months old, and some of them are absolutely delicious, better than they were 2 weeks old. So I think this is a beer you could probably hang on to for another month or two and probably still enjoy it a lot. I think that green astringency will die down quite a bit. It might become a little bit more malt forward, but there's so much hop flavor in this that I can't imagine in a month or two from now it's just gonna be gone. It'll be probably lessened, the impact of the hoppiness, but at the end of the day, I think at 3 or 4 months old, this will still probably be drinking just fantastic. So that was Silver Nuggets, Rare Nuggets series, 4.6 out of 5. Thanks again, Jeff, for sending this one my way. Price and availability, I have no idea. I'd imagine since this is a triple IPA, probably in the $20 to $22 a 4-pack range, so you're talking $5 to $5.50. That's the going rate for a crazy triple dry hop triple IPA at 11%. And availability, pretty sure brewery only for this one. So if you don't know anybody who went to a 450 North release, or you didn't go yourself, or you don't have generous friends like my buddy Jeff, you probably won't get your hands on this one. But if you've had this one before, like I said, let me know what you think about it, because I think it's quite delicious and one of the better triple IPAs I've had recently. So once again, appreciate everybody stopping by. Thanks again, Jeff. Until the next one, cheers.